This video deals with the problem of water dripping inside of your refrigerator. Water is dripping from this piece, which is found on the top. And it is collecting in one or more of the drawers. And it is also collecting underneath the bottom drawers. This refrigerator that I'm working on is a Roper by Whirlpool. The source of the problem is in the freezer compartment. Make sure you begin by unplugging the refrigerator. The first thing you have to do is to remove this tray. This tray is held on by two screws, one here and one here. And to remove these screws on this refrigerator, you'll need a 1/4 inch socket. Next, this back panel will have to be removed. In order to do that, these two screws will have to be removed. On this refrigerator, it requires a 1/4 inch socket to do that. It seems like this screw in the upper left-hand corner does not have to be loosened, because what it does is it holds on that plastic piece. The metal piece on the end of the green wire snaps onto the metal tab. And the plastic piece with the 4 wires snaps into the white plastic part. The dark spot on the right is the drain hole. This drain hole gets plugged with ice. This prevents water from escaping through the drain hole. As a result, water drips into the refrigerator through the 2 squares on the left and the right and the big opening in the middle. The drain hole must be defrosted to prevent water from dripping into the refrigerator. Water is supposed to drain through the hole into a plastic pan under the refrigerator. The parts involved are hidden behind this piece of cardboard, which is found on the bottom on the back of the refrigerator. This is a view from behind the refrigerator. This pan and hose are found on the bottom of the refrigerator. That is the white plastic hose that comes from the drain hole. Underneath the hose is the pan that collects the water. You may ask, why doesn't the pan overflow when it gets filled with water? The answer is the water in the pan should evaporate with the help of the heat generated by the various parts found underneath the refrigerator. When making this repair, the frozen water in the hose must flow into the pan. And only when the water flows from the hose into the pan will the problem be fixed. Water is supposed to drain through the hole into a plastic pan under the refrigerator. After the ice has been removed from above the drain hole, there will still be ice in the tube that connects the drain hole to the plastic pan under the refrigerator. This ice in the tube must be defrosted. Now, if you look down into the hole, you will see ice in the back of it. Here's how I melted the ice in the drain hole. First I boiled some hot water, and then I put a little bit in a measuring cup. And then I poured the hot water into the drain hole like this. At first the water didn't go down the drain hole, so I took 2 drinking straws and I linked them together like this. I waited for the hot water to cool down, and then I sucked it out and I spit the water into a bucket. That's not necessarily the best way to do it, but that's how I did it. It took me several trials until the ice finally melted. As you can see, there is now water in the pan, and that water came from the freezer box. And only when the water flows from the hose into the pan will the problem be fixed. You can pull out the pan from the front of the refrigerator by first removing this grill. Make sure that the pan has been emptied of any water. And I know what you're thinking. The word is refrigerator.